What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Brawl Stars video. Today is not going to be your typical video. A lot of the time, I'm making videos specifically for people that have been playing the game for a long time. And I definitely think with all of these new players that are going to be coming in with Global, there's an absolutely massive amount of people that are coming in that are absolute noobs to the game. So I just wanted to try to make a few videos, help people out, give them some early game tips, and hopefully be able to contribute to them getting a little bit of a head start earlier on in the game. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So first and foremost, guys, the most important thing here is that you're just playing regularly. There is a lot of value in time in Brawl Stars. Basically, that means that on a daily basis, you want to grab all the keys that you can if you're not yet maxed out, okay? Even after you're maxed out, there's still value in getting as many Brawl boxes as possible, therefore as many keys as possible. But, you know, after that, it sort of starts to become a little bit less valuable. So just make sure that if you're an early game player, you're new to the game, that you are every single day getting all of the keys you possibly can. Keep in mind that they do regen on a decent rate, so just keep up with it. Make sure that you get all of your big keys as well. That'll contribute to your big boxes, or your star keys for big boxes, rather. And that's basically how you're going to be getting all the different ways to power up your characters, whether that be your coins, whether it be getting gems to be able to buy more boxes or tickets or anything like that, even skins if you want them, or if you're going to be getting just a whole bunch of power points, which are used to actually upgrade your brawlers. So definitely make sure you're playing on a daily basis. It's more valuable to spend an hour for 24 days, like an hour every day playing the game for 24 days, than it is to spend a full 24 hours playing all the way through, okay? There's so much more value in just playing in short bursts, okay? So just keep that in mind. With that also said, if you don't have the game yet, if you haven't actually downloaded it yet and it's not in your app store, go ahead and go down in the description below. Coach Corey made a fantastic video going over how you can get access to the game without it actually being out in your region. So you don't have to wait for global release. And that's also going to give you a few weeks at least ahead of your, opponents, of your counterparts when they do get the global release. When they're downloading it day one of global, you're going to be ahead of them. So next tip, guys, to help you get a little bit ahead of the game, make sure that you join a band, okay? You're going to want to make friends because obviously most of the modes in this game are not going to be 1v1 modes or 1v rest of the people that are in the game modes in the case of Showdown. Okay, now, obviously, more game modes could get added to the game that are 1v1 based, and I definitely think that there will be in the future. With that said, currently the only one where you're only relying on yourself is going to be Showdown. Even Duo Showdown requires you to have 2 people, so you need one buddy to go ahead and play with. Now, you can randomly queue up with people, but your win rate will skyrocket if you're playing with the same people on a regular basis. You get your synergies down, you get your team comps down, you know how each other plays, and then you're going to be able to win a lot more games and push trophies a lot easier. All right, guys, so as far as our band network is concerned, we've got Nova Coop right at the top, okay? This is actually a band that's pretty decently high on the leaderboards. As you guys can see right now, we're currently 10th in the US, and then globally, we are in 30th place. We've been a lot higher than that before. I think up to about top 25, maybe like 22nd or 21st was where we peaked. Obviously, right now, we've got some people in other bands, so, currently, we're a little bit lower than we were before, but we're still doing pretty decently. Now, I want to point out that this is not the only band in our network. We also have Nova Nest, which is going to be a really awesome band for people that are a little bit more serious about the game, but not necessarily high trophies, okay? So as you can see, we're full 482,000 trophies, pretty decent amount, all things considered, and you scroll on through it, you got some really awesome people in this band. Now, with that said, we will be starting up a third band, most likely, with the release of Global, called Nova Egg. Now, keep an eye out for that. It'll have the same type of description that Nova Coop has, and basically, that's going to be our feeder to Nova Nest, so then we have a 3-band network, 300 total spots for you guys to take up. And if you want to play with me, I go over to Nova Nest occasionally. I'm going to go over to Nova Egg occasionally, and we'll do sort of some fun challenge videos and things like that with you guys. So definitely keep an eye out for that band. If you're a low trophy player, a new player, and you're just getting in with global or maybe a little bit earlier than global, but still you're kind of a noob, definitely go ahead and join up with them because we've got some awesome people in charge of each band. Honestly, any band in the Nova network and a lot of bands in other networks are going to be fantastic. You really can't go wrong with most of these. as you're just scrolling down the list. If you can get into any one of them as a high tier player, obviously it's going to be a great opportunity to learn to play the game better and to also, you know, meet friends that are just as dedicated to the game as you are. But, you know, scrolling down, there are so many options. Just find a band that's decently active that you can make some friends in, and then push some trophies, have a good time with it, and then maybe migrate to other bands as you sort of outgrow your current band. And if you don't do that, if you don't make friends playing the game, then, you know, you can go into Showdown. You can have a great time in Showdown. As you guys can see right now, I have played a lot of Showdown, okay? I'm not even particularly great at this game, all right? I just play a lot of it, and a lot of Showdown is just, it comes down to how well you can react to things, how well you can space things, recognizing danger, and then being able to just basically know every single brawler in the game, what they do, and how to dodge what they can throw at you. So really what it comes down to is just game knowledge and spacing, and if you're good at that, if you can get good at that, then you're definitely going to be very, very successful in Showdown. Another thing is teaming. We'll talk about that in the future in relation to new players and things like that, but as of right now, I definitely think that that's taken somewhat of a backseat to just high skill level. And this game has, even though there's only a couple attacks on each character, it does have a relatively high skill ceiling because of spacing and because having a lot of like quick reflex reactions to things are going to be very, very important in the long run. It's gonna make or break games, really, for a lot of them. It's going to mean that you win or lose if you can react fast enough to things. So all around, guys, I have to recommend that you just get used to the character roster, get used to their attacks, their range, and be able to space shots properly, because that's going to give you a lot of wins, especially if you're not too keen on the multiple character team game modes. You know, you want to play a lot of Showdown, get good at your spacing, get good at knowing the characters in the game. Now, my final tip, guys, is to make sure that you're always getting your free box, okay? Always getting your free box every single day. That adds up to 365 free boxes every single year. That is a ridiculous amount of freebies. If you do a nice little calculation, add up exactly how much that is every year, it's going to be a lot, okay? So if you're getting your daily boxes, everything you can get on a daily basis, get all of your normal keys available from battle, and then you get your free box, you're definitely going to have a great time, and you're going to be able to sort of progress your account pretty quickly. Now, also important to note that off to the left side here, I don't have anything because I've basically maxed out my account. As you guys can see, I have star powers on everything right now, and I'm working towards maxing out the trophies, getting to 500, rank 20 on every single brawler. But with that said, you do get deals occasionally that they'll just pop up in the shop. They'll be in daily deals, or they'll pop up right to the left of the daily deals. You can actually get some really great deals on stuff. You know, I'll definitely go over that in a future video and go over what deals you should get, what deals you shouldn't get, because I imagine for global, we're probably going to see that change up. Maybe some more deals added to the shop. Obviously, some new content's going to be added with global as well. I think it goes without saying. It's been a while since our last really impactful content update, so I think that we're going to get some new content with this new update. So definitely keep an eye out for all of those deals as they pop up in the shop. Your level up deals are going to be probably your best deals unless they do add something crazy with global release. You know, the level up deals really were the best one. I think overall, once you get all of them, it's like 42 bucks and you get a ridiculous amount of gems. So, you know, it's a really decent option for you guys, definitely, to just get a little bit of a head start against your peers. You know, make sure that you're getting higher levels on your characters, on your brawlers, before all your friends are. It's definitely not a bad idea. With that said, free-to-play players are still going to have a great time playing this game. You're still going to get brawlers at a decent rate. Your endgame brawlers, your legendaries, your mythics, and things like that maybe going to be a little bit more few and far between. Obviously, we still have people that have played since day one, haven't pulled Crow and Spike at this point, possibly not even mythics, and played relatively often, you know, played almost on a daily basis, not having pulled them yet. So those are very rare pulls, but the rest of the brawlers you can definitely get at a frequent-ish rate. You're definitely going to be able to pull them as a free-to-play player. So just sort of make sure you're keeping up on it. Again, this game is so gradual. It's time-based. Time value is bigger than pretty much everything other than just straight up throwing your wallet at the game. But guys, I just can't stress it enough. The game really operates the best if you can play in short bursts as opposed to playing ridiculously long periods of time on like a weekly basis. So just play on a daily basis, get all your keys, and have a good time pushing some trophies. And then obviously you'll get content unlocked as you go farther and farther in the game. You can't do everything in one sitting. And I think that that's something that's going to put some people off the game. But a lot of us that are just, you know, we have a daily basis that's just relatively busy, a daily workload, whether it be college, school, or work in general. you know, we go into this game and we just want sort of a release for like an hour or two. You know, we want to sit down, we want to play some competitive games on our phone, just chill out, have a good time with it. And that's really what this is best for, okay? In my opinion, it's the best if you play short bursts on a daily basis as opposed to long bursts on like a weekly basis or even a monthly basis. So just make sure that when you're taking into account your progression in the game, if you don't want to spend money on it, or if you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, then you just figure out how often you're going to be playing and find a little bit of time every day as opposed to a lot of time, maybe again once a week or on the weekends or something like that. Okay, real final tip, make sure that you play Shelly in Showdown earlier on. She's very easy to push in Showdown. Just trust me on this one, guys. You're going to absolutely decimate people using auto-aim and just manually aiming. It really doesn't matter. You're just going to do a fantastic job. You'll absolutely push a ridiculous amount of trophies early on. Easily one of the easiest brawlers in the game to play, and it makes a lot of sense to me that they chose to actually put Shelly into the game as the first brawler that you do receive. And it's so easy trophy pushing, guys. Earlier on with Shelly, you're going to absolutely destroy people. You can basically just double attack with auto aim and then use your super, and that's going to be it. You know, you're going to decimate almost every single brawler in the game in almost every situation. So just trust me on this one. Get up close to your opposing brawlers, your enemies, earlier on in Showdown, solo Showdown specifically, and just knock people out with Shelly. But that's going to be about it for this one, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. This has been the first beginner tips video that I'm going to make, how to get sort of a bit of a lead on your, you know, global release players, all of the people that just got into the game when it globally releases. Obviously, people like me are going to have an advantage. We've been playing for a very long time at this point, since literally the first day of the beta release, basically. So literally like a year and a half. I've been playing this game for a long time, so hopefully I can sort of give you guys some of the knowledge that I've received over playing for such a long period of time, help you out on your early game grind. And again, let me know if you like this video, if you got something out of it. I'd be happy to make a part 2 to it if you guys would like to see that. Again, if you guys are sort of a later game player or someone that's played for as long as I have, then maybe you didn't get as much out of this video. But thank you guys for sticking around nonetheless. Make sure that you go ahead and click that subscribe button if you want to see some more Brawl Stars content in the future. This game is going to be absolutely massive. As you guys saw, just yesterday we got announced that we hit 5 million pre-registrations. That is just dumb. That is just dumb. People thought this game was gonna die, dude. And we hit 5 mil in like 24 hours. That is absolutely insane. And something beyond what I think most of us thought would happen. So definitely gonna be absolutely massive. You need everything you can to get a leg up on the competition. So I will see you guys very soon for the next one. Until then, peace.